The adolescents are away from the main pride. He's in as much danger with them as he was alone. Mouths watering, their tentative nips cover him with saliva. It's not in his character to fight back. Their hunting instincts, their frustrations, could claim a first kill. One of their own. The cub, equally confused, tries to suckle. His mother is out looking for him. The teenagers want their plaything back. Few cubs would have survived this night. But there's something about this little loner that defies the odds. Looking after their vulnerable young is the hardest challenge many animals face. Parents dedicate their lives to the next generation. It's in everything they do. The little loner is back safe with the pride and has had his adventure. The little misfit's development is falling behind. But this morning, after his escapade, he has a more immediate problem. He can hardly walk. The other cubs behave as if he wasn't there, as if he was already dead. He may have fractured his hip or spine, injured perhaps by the teenagers, or maybe he's just bruised and weak. He returns to his mother for breakfast. She growls a warning. Something has changed. He needs milk if he is to heal. He tries his aunt. But she also abruptly ends the meal. He can't keep up. They've disappeared. Alone again. He keeps following the family. He has courage, determination. He finally tracks down his family. But he's not welcome. The injured misfit is weakening, and his limp is worse. He's now suffering as much from dehydration as injury. He has to keep up. His willpower and courage are extraordinary.
They say you only fear what you don't understand.
This is not a human trail that I'm following.
But just because you understand something
This is a bear trail.
doesn't mean you shouldn't still be afraid.
I can't even run away.
Lestrade leads an expedition into a harsh wilderness
Difficult enough to survive, let alone thrive.
to face down its most dangerous animals.
She's looking right down my lens.
Alaska's Grizzly Gauntlet with Lestrade. New series, Mondays at 6 on Nat Geo Wild. On Nat Geo Wild, our fight night doesn't have any weight divisions. There are no timeouts to take, no rules to follow. It doesn't matter where you are, you better be ready to rumble. Or run like you've never run before. Don't miss an all-new season, Animal Fight Club, Wednesdays at 6 on Nat Geo Wild. Follow the seasons. Follow the water or the wind. Follow the scent or the paths left behind. Follow the crowd or follow the sun. Follow the rhythms of life. Follow the call of the wild. Follow your heart to the greatest events on Earth. And in the oceans, the forests, the mountains, and the air, you might find out what life is all about. So follow your instincts to Nat Geo Wild. They're some of the most beautiful, most powerful, most incredible animals on the planet, and Nat Geo Wild is dedicated to protecting them.
The forest is disappearing. It's a sad story, but one that we have to tell.
Join us as we venture deep inside the wild places they call home and find out what can be done to save them. Mission Critical. New episodes every month on Nat Geo Wild.
He arrives late, but the problem is more than just his timing. Each time he tries to suckle, his mother and his aunt both continue to refuse him. They are making a choice. If a lioness can work out which of her cubs is most likely to die, it makes sense to concentrate on the others, those that have the best chance of surviving. It's grim, but it's not that unusual for mothers to abandon ailing young. He sits apart and lets the others feed. He tries again. He sees them in the gully below. crocodile is waiting for any unwary drinker. The mothers know the danger from the croc and bark out warnings and threats. Weak and confused, the cub doesn't realize there's a safe way round. If a cub, her cub, is in direct danger from outside, it must appeal to her in a different way. At last, a drink of water. Hesitantly, he approaches his mother. For the first time since his terrifying night alone, she lets him get close and allows him to suckle. One of the cubs turns and waits for him.